What is going on, guys? RJD here. Welcome to Rashonology. Now, we are coming to you again with another video. Everybody mad. Everybody mad at Mr. Musk and Doge for uncovering certain things. And the federal employees, a lot of them got laid off. Well, a lot of them, they were proposed to buy out, basically get down or lay down. And a lot of those people, I think about 40, 50,000, something like that. Don't quote me. It was a lot of people. A lot of people took the buyout. Some people didn't. And now, last Saturday, there was another issue where Musk, Mr. Musk, Iron Man himself, sent an email out and said, name 5 things that you did, 5 things that you did or worked on. And if you don't answer the email, you're fired or something along those lines. And we got mixed reviews, mixed reactions. Some people saying don't respond to the email. Some people are saying respond to the email. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. So, as you know, we have a video. We look at the video. We talk about the video. So let's talk about it. Here we go.
He's suing Elon Musk over this email. You see it right here behind me, sent to millions. It happened Saturday. Here's what it asks. What did you do last week? The email demands employees list 5 things that they accomplished. The directive, previewed in a post by Elon Musk on X, threatens, quote, failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Close.
Okay, so let's oh man. Shout out to Elon Musk and Doge for getting people on their toes. All right. First things first. Let's talk about this. If I am a federal employee and I'm working in federal employee, I didn't take the buyout. Now, if you had a high salary, 8 months worth of pay while you look for another job, I mean, and you don't have to actually work, you could get paid and then go do something else on the side. I ain't gonna lie, I might have took that because you get paid for 8 months. They're paying you to September. So I might have took, especially if you were making 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, and you was a high earner. I might have took that buyout. I'm not even gonna lie, because you could have worked on something and got paid to do. Basically, you could have been getting paid twice, 3 times. So if you know that you're not the best worker, you're lazy, you're chilling, you're doing just enough not to get fired, the buyout was for you because you really didn't want to be there. First and foremost, you really didn't want to work, and you didn't want to work hard. You might not like Trump, you might not like that administration, so you really didn't want to be there anyway. So the best thing for you to do was to take the buyout and bounce. That's first and foremost. So that's number 1. Number 2, if I'm getting this email, I'm responding to this email.
Nope.
Failure to respond to this email will be taken as a resignation. They are basically saying, we gonna kick you out. You are fired. You're fired. So my thing is this. What they are trying to do right now is they're trying to weed out the unproductive people. They're trying to weed the people that don't want to be there, the people that are there just there for the check. They're trying to weed them out, and they're doing little things. First, they got 70, I think it was 70,000 people. They got them up out of there. Resign, they're paying you to go home, goodbye. Now, they're trying to get another 10 to 20,000. They're trying to weed out the people that really don't want to be there, but they say they do. They're trying to weed them out. Why do I got to respond to the email? I'm not responding. Oh, you didn't respond? Great. We get you out of here. Resign. Goodbye. Now they're going to pay you to leave. They probably can't fire them, but they could pay them to leave. People who have a problem, people who speak up against this, They're just weeding you out. They are cutting the grass to see where the snakes in the grass are. And if you pop your head up out that grass, and they deem that you really don't want to be there, they're gonna get you, they're gonna pack you up. They're gonna pack you up. That's what this is. This is just fishing to see how many more people can we get out of here and preserve this budget. That's what we're doing. Let's not forget, Bill Clinton did the same thing. And nobody had a problem with Bill Clinton auditing the federal government, laying off federal workers. I mean, I was a kid back then, but I have researched this. He did the same thing Donald Trump is doing right now. Governments have done, the presidents have done this before. This is not anything new. So why is everybody losing their shit like presidents haven't done this? I've researched it. They've done this. Going into the federal government, they got jobs on top of jobs on top of jobs. 4 people doing the same job. They got to go through 4 people to get something done. Nah, we don't need half of these people. Get them out of here. Now, do I like the fact that people are losing their jobs? No, but they offered you a buyout. They offered you 8 months pay, almost a year's pay, and you can find another job while you're doing it. And if you can't find another job, you could start that business you want to start. You could do something. Even if there's a clause where you can't go work for the competitor for the 8 months, you could start up a business. You could do something. You could save your money. It's something. So I don't know the ins and outs. I'm not a federal employee, but I'm sure there was something in there, and they didn't stop you from making money elsewhere. Maybe they stopped you from going to another government job. But if you're getting paid 6 figures like that, you got a skill you could take anywhere. They can't take the skill from you. You could just go do the skill somewhere else. That's not in the government. So there's that. So they're trying to weed y'all out, and they're trying to see who really wants to be here. My thing is, I want people to work. I want people that work for me to actually want to be there. If you don't want to be there, then leave. Why? I get it. You have kids, you have a wife, you have a husband, you have a job. I get it. You got to put food on the table, but they're giving you 8 months buyout. They're paying you to go home. If you really don't want to be there, take the money and go. So for everybody else that wants to be there, then be there, give 100%, and do the job to the best of your ability. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to weed out the bad apples.
Quote. And by the way,
like I said, if it's me, I'm responding to this email. I did this, and this. All right. That's it.
There's a deadline, a ticking clock here, midnight tonight. So here's the fallout. 5 agencies encouraging employees not to respond. The department.
So 5 agencies are telling people, don't respond to this email. Just think about it. Those 5 agencies, if they find out that you didn't respond to this email and you don't take the buyout, and maybe they get rid of you without happening to pay you for the 9 months, are they going to pay for your family? Are they going to buy your eggs for $20? They telling you not to respond to an email? Are they going to pay you? Do they have a job waiting for you? If not, I think you should respond to the email.
Department of Defense, the FBI, and the Department of National Intelligence among them. Those are some heavy hitter organizations there on your screen. So let's go live to CBS News White House.
You better think about if they're going to help you get another job.
Confusing at this hour because bosses are saying to ignore.
This is too.
Lawyers are luring.
I need to speed this up.
How is this playing out today in D.C.?
Hey, Reed, it's good to be with you. The 6 words that really sent shockwaves across the federal government. What did you do last week?
What did you do
Elon
last
Musk
week?
Asking people to reply to this email, 5 bullet points of something they did last week, what they accomplished, and if they don't reply by 5 p.m. today, that's considered their resignation. We're starting to see, though, some pushback.
Listen, 5 things you did last week. I don't think that's unreasonable.
From secretaries across the government. You named a few there. Let me walk you through a little bit more detail there. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, told her employees not to respond because some of the work they do, most of the work they do, is critical and highly classified. Probably not something.
Now, I hate when they do this.
Nope. You stupid.
If you get an email like this, do you honestly think he means, tell me 5 things you did last week? And that means put up 5 classified things that you did last week? Come on, man. Don't be stupid. I hate when people do this. Obviously, he didn't mean 5 things that's classified, dumb. But I don't know why people do that.
something you should be responding to on an email thread about. The Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel Readiness at the Pentagon told employees, quote, when and if required, the department will coordinate responses to the email you've received from OPM. But for now, please pause any response to the OPM email titled, what did you do last week? So now this is some of the pushback we're seeing from federal agencies, secretaries, undersecretaries across the government against Elon Musk and Doge. But it's also raising a lot of questions, namely among them security. If you have 2.3 million federal employees writing back on an email chain about what they did last week, it can almost amount to a national security issue, laying out
How is that a national security issue? They're just responding to an email. I don't understand.
what all federal employees across the government are doing. So important to note there, but also questions of who will be combing through these emails to see what they accomplished last week. What is the threshold for adequate work when responding to this email? What if someone replied and didn't list out what they did? It wasn't 5 things that they listed out. A lot of questions about what this actually means, especially for a federal workforce of the scale I mentioned, 2.3 million people. This isn't a private company. This is the government. So
I think that's valid. I mean, we got to know what's the end game, because sometimes the president he be saying stuff and he just be talking. Like I don't, he just be saying things. But I agree. There has to be an end game here. Okay, who's going through this? Do you have AI going through the emails to look for code words, or like what are we doing here? So I get that part. Like if you want me to respond to this email, then at least tell me why. What are we doing? What are they looking for? But I think they're just fishing. They're fishing to see what comes back. I think they're fishing to see who's going to respond. And those employees that maybe they'll look deeper into them. Maybe they'll try to put them in better positions. I don't know. But I think that's part of it.
it'll be interesting to see what's actually the fallout and the impact from not answering this email or answering it incorrectly.
And a reminder, did you see?
The 5 things he says he did last week. Number 1, quoting here, paraphrasing, he said he terminated congestion pricing in New York. 2, he launched an investigation into California's high-speed rail project that cost several $billions over a number of years. 3, he said he saved $10 million a year by eliminating, quote, redundant and outdated landlines, end quote. He also visited the Air Traffic Control Command Center in Virginia to talk about the critical tech upgrades there and why we would need to make our air traffic control system the envy of the world. And 5, he said he went out to Burbank, California to tour a control tower out there and hear from those controllers about how to improve conditions and I should note, though, that this email was also received by air traffic controllers who voiced concern and confusion about what exactly this meant for them, the union telling their people to pause on replying until they got more clarity from the Department of Transportation about what exactly this meant. This is also a workforce that works usually about 6 days a week on antiquated technology and is exactly what they do.
And it's only Monday.
Order that Trump had signed among his first days in office. Musk says that they were given a month warning. And
yeah, so okay, I get the whole why we responded to this email. I get the whole thing, but oh, now I'm unmuted. Okay. So the people didn't even want to go back to work. The federal employees wanted to chill and not go back to work. We can't not talk about that. So I hope most of them took the buyout. Like, return to the office. We got all this office space that's not being used. Return to the office space or you're fired. Or take the buyout. If you don't, like I said, if you don't want to be there, then take the buyout and bounce. And go do something else that you actually want to do. I think if you listen, some people, they're in a situation, they got to do what they got to do. They got to take what they could take. All right, cool. But if you're a federal, there are a whole lot of people that work for the federal government. 2.3 million people. That's a lot of people that work for the federal government. So do what you got to do. Handle your business. I mean, it don't matter who's in office. You signed the papers to do a job. So do your job. That's it. It's really simple. Who cares about what president is in there, what's going on here, what's going on there? If it doesn't exactly affect you in your everyday life, do your job, do it to the best of your ability. And if you don't want to be there, take the buyout, go sit at home, go chill out, get paid, go do something else while you're getting paid to do nothing. And that's it. There you go. I don't think this is that complicated, but a lot of people made waves about it. So we will see. We'll monitor the situation. That's all I got for y'all. Guess we all got to go back to work.